Recording live from somewhere. It's the world's famous TITT. It's home team in the motherfucking house.
No question.
It's Davis backwards. Who state your name, gangsta?
Philmatic 365, aka Tyler Durden. What's going on?
What's going on, man? Sending a shout out to everybody that rocks with us all over the globe. We appreciate you. Philmatic, we're doing a special Father's Day edition. So salute to you and all the fathers out there. Happy Father's Day, brother.
Right back at you, man. Happy Father's Day.
Man, it's the best job in the world, man. And it feels bad to even call it a job because it really is just something that, you know, we love to do, right?
It's definitely the labor of love. If that's the perfect phrase for that particular endeavor. So,
for sure.
Absolutely.
And salute to all the fathers out there. Of course, mothers always get the love from us as well.
It's your big piece of chicken, fellas.
Without the ladies, there would be no fathers and sons and everything. But for this one day, Philmatic, you know, it's our day, man. So if you know, if you wanna walk around and let them hang a little bit, fellas,
yes, love.
You know, that's kind of what this day is about, man. Now tomorrow, when that clock turns,
not even tomorrow, later on tonight.
Yeah, later on tonight is back to business.
11:58, like you know what it is.
Yeah, you know what it is. But man, we had to do a special edition of the Tissue and the Tape. Salute to our guests that have actually rocked with this over the past few weeks. We have a few episodes that we're going to be airing this week, but we had to.
The coffers are stacked, yo. We got the vault. The vault is plentiful, yo. We like Scrooge McDuck with the episodes, yo.
I mean, you know, we had to wipe the coal out of our eyes and do an early morning edition, man. It's because so much has happened over the past month. But if you really just look at 2018 as a whole, Philmatic, I mean,
a lot of heat, man. We got Black Thought, yo, vibe.
I know, right? I mean, we got things that we didn't even really need, and in terms of just from tours to the championship tour that you were able to experience. I mean, Kendrick had already come off of his own tour for Damn, and then he's like, you know what? I'm gonna just take the whole fam on the road, and
let's get the squad out here in these streets.
Yeah, so and then from there we have J Rock that just released a dope project that I really liked, and so it's just one of those years, man, from people that have rocked with us, from Sky Zoo to Planet Asia. I mean, it's just it's incredible, man.
Shout out to Roscoe too, man. Rocking with the Tissue and the Tape, man. We can't wait to get you on here soon.
For sure, man. It's I mean, it's incredible. I mean, everybody, and I think when people say the state of hip hop, it's always a question that people ask. It's really cliche at this point. We actually really don't ever ask people that because we don't care about that stuff.
Not at all.
I mean, hip hop, it is what you make it, and it is what you perceive it to be. So if you perceive it to be great, then that's what it is. And if you don't, then there's always other things that you could be doing. We don't subscribe to that because.
But before we get into these headliners, I want to talk about. Just want to mention. No Question from Apollo Brown and Locksmith. Another dope album that's come out. It got heavily overshadowed by all the major releases, but
I mean, it's hard not to. It's hard not to.
We know what Apollo Brown do.
Yeah, we know exactly what he does.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Planet Asia. Shout out to OC. Shout out to Torre. Shout out to Sky Zoo. Shout out to everybody that Raz. Shout out to everybody that's worked with Apollo Brown in any capacity, especially the gentlemen I mentioned because they are show alumni. But No Question is.
I mean, Locksmith is underrated. He definitely the last few projects that he's put out, he's just been top notch, man. And
just building prison industrial complexes with the bars, yo.
But it's been like everything you want from Royce, not only dropping Prime 2, but also dropping Book of Rhymes.
Yo, I was listening to that yesterday. Yo.
Shout to the big homie, Jimmy the Blueprint, man. He said Cocaine is his favorite record of the year, and I can only, every time I listen to that, I can only think like, man, what if he had made this when Rick James was still alive? Like,
oh my God, yo, the memes would have been ridiculous. Yo, he would have had to have him in the video, yo,
or maybe on a remix or something. But I mean, it's just been a great year for music, man. You know, it really
hip-hop
never,
especially.
Yeah, but I mean that's really what I mean. I mean,
of course.
There's been.
I mean, is there anything else?
Well, when I say music, I mean, but also just because a lot of times in other years we have some of the niggatry that goes on, so we didn't necessarily get as much music, but we did get other elements of the culture. We did get, you know, where you see a guy like Mustard, you know, run the festival tour. And he's getting paid like the EDM DJs are. He's getting these spots. Right. But you know what I'm saying? Like we did see that progression as far as if you want to talk about DJs and producers, you want to talk about the art, you know, the art of hip hop, graffiti and everything. But I mean,
we still got the shits too, because we saw people get hands and put on them. We seen beefs.
Exactly. Yeah. So
ignited and quelched.
But the music, quote, the music is still what people really remember when they look at the years. Ultimately, they look at it in a time capsule. You look back and you say, well, who dropped? And you know who didn't drop? Why didn't they drop? And you know, there's not a.
It's like the 50-point games. People don't necessarily remember the details of how they got the 50, but they remember the 50. Right. You know, the 50 is what lasts forever.
You're right. It's like, you know, it's almost like you haven't made it in the league, you know, as a guy a lot of times until you get, you know, Steph had 54 in the Garden, you know, like, and you know, you can go down the list and be like, oh man, you know, double nickel, you know, it's like all these, it's one of those things. And I think guys are really trying to do that. So
81 from the Bean.
Yeah. I mean, come on, man. It's just ridiculous. Now, who's been the dominant crew of 2018, if you would have to say?
I mean, without question, love him or hate him, it has to be Good, man.
Yeah,
I mean, Good's kind of running the year with these 7-song LPs. I don't know what to call them.
Right, LPs. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of people are saying that it pains me to even say it, but a lot of people are saying that Good is 4 for 4 right now, man.
Yeah, definitely not. Yeah,
so
100% not.
The reason why I think they're saying it is because just based off of the expectations of it. First of all, you got to give them credit for actually. They said May 25th for Push, and it was actually out. Yeah. And on May 20th, it wasn't looking so good. We were like, no way. And then he's actually delivered on each one of those dates, which is a feat in itself.
Yeah, exactly. I agree. But if you're talking about 4 for 4 in terms of simply releasing them, they're still not 4 for 4, bro. We'll get into that. We'll get into that.
True.
But yeah, if we're talking about the quality of the music, Pusha T joint is outstanding. It's one of the top projects I heard in all of 2018.
Everybody almost has the same sentiment. Shout out to C Diddy. He was actually on one of the previous episodes, and he said, "Man, if Push would have had 2 more joints like that was of the same quality, we would be talking about
all-time great
in a different type of tone. You know, like we would be likening it to some of the albums that have come out of its
absolutely."
So, I mean, that right there is where you can kind of feel cheated a little bit because it kind of does take it away from.
But even putting that aside, if you just going off the 7 songs is an album, fine, whatever. Push joint is outstanding. Then we had in for my opinion, which you know some say I'm unfairly critical. I think Ye was one of the worst things I heard in 2018. Absolutely one of the worst things. I'm not even gonna stick on that. That's what it was. A week later, we get Ye and Kid Cudi. I'm not a huge fan of Kid Cudi or his music. I don't dislike him. I just not a huge fan. But I enjoyed it. It was not bad. In fact, the worst part to me is when the parts where Ye got on there. Like he kind of took away from it. So I put that at like I wouldn't say it was like all the way hit, but it was better than I thought it was going to be for my particular taste. And then Nasir.
All right, that's gonna kind of transition us into so anytime you get one of the greats, and again, like we never got to album 11 with some of the guys that we revere as the best, whether it be Rakim, whether it be Kane. At this point, I think we stopped counting G-Rap releases, but I mean, he may be up to 11, but I don't know.
I'm sure he has 11.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, so for there to be 11 studio LPs, you know, once we get to that point with a guy that's in the conversation of one of the greatest of all time.
Over 24 years.
Yeah, it's a treat. You know, it's you know, at this point, he doesn't have to do this. Even when he talks about it, he says rap is his love, but it's also a hobby. So it's something that he does as his craft because it brings him joy. And he still has something to say.
He's still good at it.
And he's still exceptional at it. So
you lost it there, brother?
Choking me up, man. I'm sorry.
Start talking about Esco, get emotional.
Oh man. So for us to get to the point where we have a Nas release and we know that it's coming, I think that excitement, you know, right. Like one of the best promo like phrases that we have was Escobar season is coming. Like season, it was like
season begins.
Yeah, it wasn't like it was like it's not like when you talk about rollouts, we always talk about rollouts. It's like, no, this is gonna be a season of me. Like I'm gonna give you the freestyles, I'm gonna give you the interviews, I'm gonna give you
that whole energy, that whole
just everything. Like, you know, and I think he really cultivated that in a way that we all remember. So it's like we had another Escobar season upon our hands, and we know what comes with that. From the artwork coming out late Thursday night and just like kind of just taking everybody's breath.
That was crazy.
And then
that picture was all that too.
Right. And then, I mean, I don't know about you, but I know at least I know dudes that have changed their name to Nasir. I know at least 100 young black boys that are named Nasir.
Yeah.
And obviously, I mean, for other reasons, of course, it is a name, Islamic culture that means a lot. But I mean, let's be honest.
Yeah. We know. We know.
Yeah, we know.
And you know as well as, I mean, had Z been a he, her name would have been Xavier Nasir Wilson. That was the name that we had.
Yeah.
You know, so
So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's one of the dopest names, you know, just in hip hop culture, and it means something. Like when people would speak of him in a certain way, they wouldn't just say Nas, they would say Nasir.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact for him to actually have, you know, an LP coming out, that was exciting too. And for him to name it that, it's like, all right, artwork, title of it, you know, almost self-titled in a sense. And then we get to midnight and it's like crickets.
Looking at my watch that I don't wear, my Italian twine that's you know skin toned.
We get to midnight and it's crickets, and not only midnight Eastern but midnight Central, because you know, normally, you know, for those of us that are on the East Coast, you know, we're an hour behind, 2 hours behind, 3 hours behind. So we're like, when you guys get it at 11, we're still waiting.
Yo, that's something I never thought about.
When you get it at 11 our time, we're still waiting.
Yeah, so when it's midnight here and stuff drops, are you do?
Nah, we still have to wait.
How do they even know?
Well, because you know everything is based off of how you
crazy.
Put stuff into your phone, and you know your profile set up to your time.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, so it doesn't even show up on my iTunes until midnight here.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah, so like when 444 came out. I was like, oh, come on, man. Like, everybody was like, oh, man, yeah. And then I was still waiting. I was like, oh, come on, man.
Yeah, they ruined the shared experience. Huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Because I remember you hit me, and I'm like, where the fuck you been?
You all right, man? You take a nap? You fall asleep? Like, no, I just came out. Oh, not for me. But
that's what I was saying about Nasir.
Right. But it was typical Kanye, man. Like this, if this wasn't like he had to do this, right? This had to be the one. It couldn't be his joint, or it couldn't be Cudi's joint. It had to be Nas's joint, right? Like we trust you. You know, shouldn't be trusting you right now at this point, but we trust you to at least deliver our
job.
You know, to deliver the lyrical messiah that some people say, you know, to us in a way that doesn't disrespect his legacy. And what do? Yo, so many people were just like, so many people were like, man, I never downloaded a fake Nas LP in my life. I either purchased it on day of, or you know, I got it the legit way. I never had to go through these means to get Nas. Like, what is this? I'm like, Kanye. It's only right though. Yeah. It's only right. So you know, he was in there
Kanye let Nas down, man.
Twisting buttons and probably pushing, you know, whatever. Hold on, fam. It ain't ready yet. When it's ready, when I say it's ready. It's like, oh gosh.
All that and the only thing that's different between the version that mysteriously appeared in my inbox and the one that officially released is some rantings from Diddy.
Yeah. So maybe that's what they were waiting for. But
they had to get clearance from Sean.
Yeah, I guess. You know, he said, "Hold on, let me make sure I said that right." You know, so whatever. I don't mind that.
How many takes did he do to ad lib?
I feel like that's right up his alley. So maybe not more than 2.
So I'm not putting this on Diddy then. I still think it falls back on. Wait a minute, I gotta EQ his voice. Like,
or it could have just been a last. Yo, you know what would be dope? Yo, if you could get Diddy to, you know, like at the
Hate Me Now-esque.
Yeah, like so. Yeah.
I mean, I got what he was trying to do, and it did give it an extra flavor, but it wasn't worth the draw. You could have added that later, and then just made an announcement that you added it later.
True. Now, one of the interesting things that I thought that you said that you did that I really applauded, and I ended up doing myself, was I made the playlist, but it was Nasir +1.
Yeah, man. I added Nas album Done. I made it the first song, and then it flows right into the rest of the album, and it actually works. And then on title, I got the fader on, so it literally flowed right into it, and it worked well, and it gave the album a whole new feel. It got you like hype for the next 7 tracks. So it's just a little thing that I did because I felt like the album was missing that kind of energy. Like,
well, you said that, like, even on 444 you had Bam.
Yeah, like Bam just had a certain kind of energy that, like, he like, fuck all that Sean Carter shit, nigga. Hove, like, I'm gonna still talk my shit, even though I got something serious to say. And Nas did it a little bit on Bonjour. He dropped a couple gems here and there, but it wasn't that with that same kind of energy and passion that you got from Nas album Done.
Now you know what will ring off, and again, you said this before we were talking about it. Like, you're like, why does this dude Cop Shoot the Kid, which is
it's a hard ass song.
That's next level. I mean, I got the chills when that joint.
And then the more Slick Rick samples, the Slick. I hope he's getting money off of these.
I mean, he's the most sampled dude besides Flav at this point. Like,
I think he sampled more than Flav. I had a playlist and I didn't even think about it. There were 7 songs on there that had his voice on there. Yeah, he wasn't on none of them.
Yeah,
like, he wasn't actually rapping bars on none of them, but he was in there some kind of way.
Anybody that knows Nas and his history and who his influences are, I mean, he's got the 8-foot, you know, Slick Rick painting, you know, in his crib.
He made Hey Young World.
Yeah, you know, he's used the Slick Rick Build and Destroy.
Yeah,
he uses Slick Rick voice, you know, several times, and then even when he gets his TJ Swan on, it's still Slick Rick. Right, exactly. So we know how he feels about him and the storytelling that he does. So for that to be you know, one of the joints that's prominently featured at the beginning of it. It was good. Like you said, the energy of Bonjour definitely gave you that feeling of a banger, but still, you just those joints where, you know, you just, like you said, like just that talking that talk, and
talking that talk. Like I needed a little bit of Escobar. I needed a little bit. I mean, I love Nas. Applaud Nasir. I needed a little bit of Esco. I mean, and that's just, and it might just be me, you know. But I like just adding that one song changed the energy. It didn't change the message. It didn't change any of the points he was trying to make, but it gave you. It was almost like a it's like a 100-yard kickoff return to start. To start the Super Bowl. I mean, and then you're like, oh shit. Let's go. I mean,
and then also too, like when I had to go back and revisit Daytona, I find myself gravitating to the games we play. Because he's just talking that talk on it. It's just, you know, like it's like, you know, it's like sometimes you get in the whip and you just want to just rock out or something. And you know, obviously the mad lyrical joints, and you know, that's cool, but just like we're talking about with Cocaine, like that's a record that you could put on, just vibe out to. Like, you know, when you kind of individualize each track, it's like, no, I want the banger, man. Let me. So you know, that's all good. I don't think that takes away from it, but it definitely would have enhanced it. And it's, you know, it is what it is with it.
I enjoyed the project though. Like I mean, the bars just, you know, I mean, it was 444-esque in the sense, like it was definitely somebody that's lived a life and sees things from a totally different perspective. He realizes he still has a obligation to speak to people that may not be where he is mentally, financially, you know, even intellectually.
To Jungle. Shout to John.
Oh man, my man can't catch no breaks.
But I say that just because we'll talk about that a little bit later. But when you hear all the, you know, the talk about, you know, like, yo, like everybody in my crew's millionaires and everybody rich around me. Like, you hear some rappers say that. We'll get into one of the rappers that's living that right now. Ultimately, with this project here, I mean, did it get a chance to breathe? I mean, we're talking about it now on Sunday morning, and it just really just came out on Saturday, right? 24 hours ago, it just officially came out, and then hours later, what happened?
Old friend says hi. We get a 9 tracks from the Carters. Jayance, we get what is it called? Everything is Love.
Everything is Love. Now, one of the things you said as we start this part of the conversation, you said, "Yo, stop fronting. There's no future in front, and stop faking the funk." Some of y'all that's acting like y'all are up in arms because Nas's light or his spotlight is now being shared with 2 of the biggest artists ever. Is only just fake because you weren't gonna be peeping this into perpetuity anyway.
They might have listened the one time. They heard it, you know, have some bullshit comments about it. It's the best album of all time, or it's trash, and then they on to the next shit. Like, just so they can do a hot ass Instagram post.
You said you said that they didn't Omar a brick from him. I thought that was funny.
Yeah, like I mean, first of all, the Beehive. I want no smoke. I come in peace.
Yeah. Shout to the homie, by the way. Our one of the biggest members of the Beehive. He actually was kind of late, so I don't know if he didn't pay his membership dues or if he's not in good standing with the people that are in the know. Let's talk about that, yo. First of all, what type of language, what type of legalese, as they call it, is on these non-disclosure agreements that the Carters have, man? Is it like, yo, so we are going to kill you, and you are going, your dog is gonna die, Nana, we're gonna
dog's dog gonna die.
Like
what just like drug money.
What type of language is on these forms that people are signing where they just like, yo,
they don't
no leaks, no.
Yo, the last nigga that leaked the Jay-Z album got stabbed. Like, so
yeah.
And he ain't do no jail time for it. He was in there for what 36 hours?
Yeah.
Like, don't like it, sue me. I'll settle out.
Wow.
So yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying I would like to read one day. I don't know if I want to sign one. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if
it's not even in English, yo. It's in like some kind of
it's just your fingerprint. Language. You just put your fingerprint on it.
You gotta put your eye up to it.
Yeah, I just don't know what's on these agreements that don't have. I mean, it's not like they have like 5 or 6 people. They have hundreds of people working on these projects, from the dancers to the lady spreading the mayonnaise on the sandwiches, on the croissants. To
the people that hold that cut the extra strings off of B's new outfits.
I'm saying, man, and it's just there's just no leaks. I mean, that's probably more than just the projects that have come out. That's probably more of the most impressive part to me about it. I'm not running around listening to her music per se, but I respect what she does, and I enjoy watching her perform. So for her to do all of these things, and for there not to be any in this day and time, that's just more of a feat than anything. And then the fact that they dropped it on a Saturday at noon. Let's just say they dropped it at noon. Has any project ever dropped on a set like?
Well, it was later than it was like 5. It was 5 p.m. or something like.
Was
that.
It?
It was later than that. It was much later than that. Because I was in the middle of.
I got the news about it. I guess it was probably about. It was like 4. It was 4 my time. Okay. All right.
So
I thought I was a few hours late because my man was like, "Oh, we're just gonna do Nas like that." I was like, "What are you talking about? What happened?" I was like, and he was
by the time that text came through, it was already out and been played a few 100,000 times probably. I mean, so.
Yeah, the homie was even late to it. That's what I'm saying. So it's like, man, that's a surprise.
The bat signal from Hovistan didn't go off.
So okay, so we obviously talked about Nasir and what it means to us and the lyrics and that stuff being on point. This is a totally different endeavor because anytime you include B into it, it's not just a fully hip hop record.
Yeah. It's the best of both worlds situation.
Exactly. So do you give them a pass and do you grade it differently?
I'm not looking at it like it wasn't a competition because like the people that
not between the two, the two albums. I'm just saying, just you as a listener. I know you're not running around, and I'm not running around listening to Lemonade and self-titled Beyonce, and her records like that. I'm saying in terms of how you view it and what you get.
Yeah, it's a different category than I would put like a 444 or a Black album, or it's in its own separate category. It goes in there with collaborative albums because this isn't 100% effort from Jay himself. If this was 9 tracks of all Jay-Z, then now now that's a whole different ballgame. But yeah, this is
what about for her?
For her, same thing because she it's a different vibe than with it's more closer to her vibe than his, but it's
she talks so greasy.
Oh yeah, and who want to test her, huh?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
she's one of the few artists who, at the time they're actually talking greasy, it's really true. I could count a couple of times in my lifetime where when the person was saying they were the best, they actually were. They were on top of the game.
Top 5, and I ain't talking 2 through 4.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
and who better? I don't. Alicia Keys ain't walking through that door. She murked Carrie Hilson.
I mean, oh my gosh, what?
Yeah, like I mean, that was over before it started. Who else sings? Janelle Monáe.
I mean, but it's almost like this was like
they're all fans.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
they was at the concert watching her.
Yeah, it's just not. It almost just feels weird to mention peers or contemporaries.
There are none. I mean, like literally, it's funny. Like she is what LeBron stands think he is. She really is legitimately that.
Hey,
I said it.
Now, you know that's a touchy subject, LeBron, and some of these rumors that's coming out. So you just throw that in there to change the subject. That's like the dope like transition.
Yeah. Because again, I don't want no smoke, man.
But just upon the listen that you gave to it, I mean, would you listen to it again?
It wasn't whack. It was actually pretty soulful. There's one song I'm not a fan of.
Of course.
Yeah. It fits. I'm talking about Ape Shit. It kind of threw off the flow of the album. Yeah. But I understand why they did it. It's gonna go. Yeah. For the time in the market, but it threw off the flow of the album a little bit. Yeah. Like it probably should have been the first song, and then it could have gotten to the rest of the album because it just kind of threw off the vibe. Yeah. But the 713 track I thought was hard. Yeah. Nice. I fooled with that. Yeah. B got her bars off. You know what I mean?
I mean, hey, listen, man. She's.
Yeah, I mean, I could have it on. You know me, man. I'm not the one to ask about.
I know, but it is a good barometer because if you're like, yo, that's all I'm listening to. It's like, whoa, wait, let's have a different conversation.
It's never going to be that.
so
it's never going to be that.
Like, honestly, did they have this date in mind? Like, how long do you think they had this date in mind?
See, that's what I was trying to explain
because
to somebody.
Something that Ye told us in early May. So it wasn't like this was like something that came out of the blue. They had somewhat of a low key rollout for this. Like knew Nas was coming.
Yeah, exactly. But also the Carters had a tour planned out.
Right.
That was well in advance of this. I mean, when they start selling tickets for that in like January or some shit.
April.
Yeah. All right. So so I'm pretty sure they didn't record these songs in the last month.
Right.
I'm pretty sure a lot of these songs had been recorded or were being recorded.
Well, I was telling my sister because she went to Coachella the past 2 years, and she went last year because it was Beyonce, and then obviously she backed out of it, and Lady Gaga filled in while she was pregnant. So she went this year and she experienced it, and she was just like, okay, I'm good. Like, I don't need to go to this On the Run 2 tour. And I'm like, well, you might just want to reconsider that because there's no way they're gonna just do old
stuff. Yeah, and then Jay started growing his hair.
Yeah.
So you already know that's the sign.
That's the sign there. And I was like, don't be surprised. I was like, there's an album coming. There's gotta be like.
In the rollout pics.
And then also the fact that they're touring now and they're in cities where I thought that they didn't perform before, as far as Lemonade and 444. So I'm like, they're giving those people that. And then when they come to the US, they don't have new material. It's no way.
Yeah.
And she was like, "We'll see." And then I was like, I just texted her. I was like, "I told you." I was like, this was a move that I could kind of see coming forward. So as we're heading into the second half of 2018, where we've had basically every voice that's mattered in hip hop, from underground to to stratosphere, basically to legendary status, Hall of Fame status. As we head to the second half, I mean, what is there to expect at this point? I mean, obviously Drake is coming in a couple of weeks, but he's almost at that. I don't want to hear anything from him that doesn't have to do with Pusha T. So I'm already at that point.
If it
because I thought that was
if the first lines. That's why. I mean, like if he with some hit him up, like no, I like he
he's over there for me right now, just because he talked all that big boy stuff for 4 or 5 years about, you niggas need me, and every record sound like Drake featuring Drake.
He did it by himself.
Yeah,
he needed no help.
Preheated oven. I came out hot, and that's fine, but all of that stuff, and then I'm just cool off him. If you finally get to a point where you have a worthy opponent, and then the OG puts in the call, it's like, come on, man. And then his record would have ended careers. It's like, man, miss me with that.
You need more people.
Yeah, miss me with. So I'm disgusted with him right now. So I don't even care.
I'm upset.
Right. So at this point, there's room for a few other guys that we respect.
Well, we get more streams of thought.
Yes.
The guy Tariq has already confirmed that. He said if all I knew I had to do was add 2 more tracks for it to be an album, he's like, I got 9 albums on deck.
Yeah. So there you go. Obviously some of the guys that we respect, King Crooked, he's been a little quiet, but we know he said he loves to rap. So
yeah.
I'm sure
he just dropped the joint with his
family.
With the Horseshoe Gang.
Yeah.
We're getting RJ Payne. We're getting My Beautiful Pain's coming. He dropped the single that kind of got sandwiched in between all the madness. But he dropped a dope single on Friday.
Yeah.
So happy birthday to the homie RJ Payne.
Yeah, salute. Kill the King, Take the Throne. Available now.
Yes. So definitely go check that out. IamRJPayne.com.
Yeah.
And
I mean, T.I. has supposed to been coming out for the past couple years. So at this point,
I must dignify the people with my presence of audio solitude in this situation. He's him and Tiny going back and forth.
Yeah.
So I don't know
where he is right now. Maybe he needs to drop a divorce album. TM104. This is allegedly Jeezy's retirement album, possibly, maybe.
Rappers don't retire. Right?
Yeah, I know. So we'll see.
Yeah.
They
out there today. Roy Jones in it today, fucking rapping at a shopping mall.
Sci-Hi said that he might get the Wyoming treatment.
You think his dad gonna allow him to drop 7 songs?
I don't think so. I think it sounds nice and it was cool to tweet out, but I hope so. But I don't.
He couldn't even get his name on the flyer, so
yeah.
I hope. He's actually right with Push, the most skilled MC in the good camp.
Yeah.
So I hope that he can get 7 songs, but.
I mean, to be honest, I mean, if we just get another No Dope on Sunday, if he just went the traditional route and went back and did a traditional album, I'm okay with that. He doesn't have to give me, that it's not that serious for me.
Yeah.
Chance the Rapper. Chance has been a couple years since he came out with Coloring Book. I mean, he's one of the biggest artists that's out here. Maybe he's cooking up something. I'm just thinking of just some of the big names that haven't put their name.
What would you want? Is a better question. Like if you said, all right, fantasy football situation, what would you want?
Now that we got Thought and we know that it's definitely a possibility for him to drop another 2 volumes to this project here. If I had the ability to make one artist come back out with another LP, like who am I starving to hear? Like who do I really want to hear? Man, I would want another Slaughterhouse Project.
Oh, Joey.
Yeah.
We need that, man.
Yeah, I mean, that would be me, just because the excitement,
Royce, Crooked,
yeah,
Joel,
the excitement over,
at least just release the shit that they already did for us.
Well, yeah, I think Royce is saying they just need to, they're almost there. They just they're about 80% there, 70% there.
Man,
touch it up.
I would be good with it because I know I'm going to enjoy it.
Right. What about you?
See, if we talk about anything, I tweeted it out yesterday. All I need is one song one dope ass song produced by Primo from Nas and AZ. That's all I want.
Yeah.
I don't need multiple tracks. I just need one dope ass song produced by Primo and or Pete Rock.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So I want 2 songs.
Okay.
One from Pete Rock, one from Primo.
Like, wait, 1 second thought. Hold on.
yeah.
That's all good.
What's up, baby? Father's work is never done, yo.
That's right. It's Father's Day, and
you're here now, so you might as well say what's up.
Snap.
You know I'm recording, right? Yeah. Okay. So say hi to the people.
Hi.
Say hip hop is alive and well.
Can you hear Bot? Here, hold on.
Say hip hop is alive and well.
Say it.
I heard it.
Oh, get out of here. It's fine.
Well, Phil, you say it, man. Before we get out of here, you say it. Is hip hop alive and well? Alive and well. It's always gonna be breathing. Yeah, man. As long as we're around, and of course we're trying to mold young minds like young Z here to make sure. Well, I do know one thing that she knows. Who's the best MC ever, baby?
What's MC?
We might have to edit that out. No.
Yes, it means rapper. Who's the best rapper ever?
Biggie the Daddy.
There you go.
All right.
Happy Father's Day.
You almost let me down. But here you go. Come here. I love you, girl. I'll be up there. I'll be in there in a second. Go ahead.
But no, this was a special edition of the Tissue and the Tape podcast.
No,
and we definitely wanted
to get a chocolate bar in.
Yeah, man. Hey, look, it's Father's Day, man. You know.
I should be getting the chocolate bars. Huh?
No. This is a reminder that your job is never done. But yeah, man, we just wanted to just talk about this subject. We have some episodes that we need to get off the shelf, and we wanted to make sure that we talked to you guys before we did that. And there's no better time than now to talk about some of the releases and some of the goings on.
Absolutely, yo.
And definitely looking forward to the second half. Tissue and the Tape, tissueandthetape.com is on the way. Please, don't hesitate to.
Heatholder Radio will be in effect very soon.
Yeah.
New merch from Heatholderz.
Yeah, new merch. Man, salute to DJ Rick G's out there doing this thing, promoting this Daytona album, and also
Friday Night
Bangers, and DJ RickG's.com, TallyandTwine.com, War Room Sports, best sports show on the internet.
Join Appetit,
and of course, man, again, Tissue and the Tape. Be on the lookout for us and our upcoming episodes coming this week. Filmatic. Once again, man, salute you, brother. Salute to all the fathers out there. And as always, man, what?
Work for the money, live for the love, and die for what you believe in. This is Tissue and the Tape. Please, if you don't do nothing else in your life, respect
Heatholderz.
Let me go make this girl some food.
Yeah, man, I'm about to go put on my finest Sunday duds and go have a pancake or two.
You got to put on your Bart Simpson shirt set.
Yeah, I mean that's about as fly as I get.
We didn't even talk about Dougie, yo.
Yeah, it was crazy. We had to leave early because of the traffic situation, but dude was beatboxing. You could hear it for like a mile away because of the speakers. I was like, yo, how does he still do that? Like,
how has he not had throat surgery like 6 times?
It sounded wild from like far away too. I was like, it sounded like
mad dudes have had like broken vocal cords and everything. This dude just continues.
He's amazing, man. That was a treat. I enjoyed that. But I sent the test site to you, and we gotta talk about that when we can. So maybe tonight, tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll talk about it tonight.
Okay.
All right, baby.
All right, man. One.